The approaching winter weather is putting a new wave of pressures on Michigan's restaurant industry.
As you can imagine, many eateries were able to survive the pandemic thus far because of summer patios and outdoor tents. But what happens now that the snow will be arriving soon? In
tonight's Rebound Detroit, 7 Action News reporter Amira David has a look at what restaurants are doing today to make sure they'll still be in business tomorrow.
Winter is coming.
You don't need to know Game of Thrones to know after the fall leaves come the bare trees. The cold season is upon us, and perhaps no industry will feel the impact more than restaurants.
The fear is that people will not participate in dining out as much as they have in the summer.
Petro Drakopoulos is the owner of Berkeley's Republica.
Republica itself is probably down 30% from last year.
And believe it or not, that has become the norm for most eateries. Some restaurants, like this one, lucky enough to at least break even, while others, sadly, have already buckled.
We quickly saw over 1,000 restaurants close permanently.
In Michigan, 1 in 4 restaurants now says it can't survive the winter months, crippled by the current rule on 50% capacity and loss of outdoor patio space.
Everybody's struggling. They're all trying to make positive changes.
Positive changes and creative ones. I'm taking a look at the newly transformed patio at Clarkston's Honcho with co-owner Kurt Catallo.
We're counting on the igloos and our tents to really get us through winter.
He takes me inside this weather-resistant igloo.
They've got a real door, they've got polycarbonate panels, and then we can heat them more efficiently.
And keep them sanitary using a fog machine between each seating. But for even more COVID-conscious customers, another alternative: in-tent dining.
They provide shelter, they're heatable, but they have great circulation.
This year, these tents will be a staple at all 7 of Kurt's Union Joint restaurants. The change, not about staying profitable, but rather staying afloat.
It allows us to keep our crew on, allows us to keep the cooks on, allows us just to be open to get us through this.
Meantime, back over at Republica, Petro is instead focused on winterizing his menu.
We're going to rely on carryouts, we're going to rely on catering. We are actually cultivating family-style to-goes that include mac and cheese and our crowd favorite meatloaf.
It's comfort food for cold winter days. But here's the Rebound rundown on what advocates say would bring restaurants some comfort in return. Passage of a coronavirus bill that includes $120 billion in relief for restaurants, bars, and food trucks. State-issued grants pegged for restaurant winterization costs. And loosened city regulations on reconfigured outdoor space. We know this is not an easy time, and we salute the efforts of businesses working hard to stay afloat. If you're a business finding a creative way to adapt, we want to hear from you. Perhaps we can feature your rebound story. Send us an email, rebounddetroit@WXYZ.com. I'm Amira David, 7 Action News.
Wow, those are some creative ideas, and we have our fingers crossed that they will stay in business for sure.
Yeah, in such a challenging time.